Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to this channel and this is the first video you're watching of me, hey, my name's Jessica. Sorry guys if my hair is like a mess or whatever or anything. It's simply because one, I literally just in maybe 20 minutes I got ready and I'm a little bit sick, so if I sound weird, excuse me. It's just here in Wisconsin the weather is like crazy. It has reached for the past couple of days like in the 80s and 90s, and with the change of weather my allergies are coming in, and apparently it sounds like I'm getting sick, so just excuse me and my boys forgive me. By the title of this video, I'm gonna be telling you guys a story time of my first love, like my first boyfriend, and how everything went down. Let me just start by saying that I know it's gonna be pretty shitty because of the age difference. I was when all of this happened and everything went down. Well, so I was a 6th grader. I remember I was a 6th grader, and it was at the end of 6th grade, actually, in middle school. It was at the end of 6th grade. I met this guy through MySpace, as you guys know. I'm not gonna say his real name, obviously, for privacy reasons. Not only that, I'm not trying to get sued or get in trouble for any reasons at all. Graduated from elementary school, and so my parents, you know, graduated with good grades, everything was good. My parents decided to give me a iPod, I believe so. It was like the very first version of the iPods that were touchscreen, so it was pretty exciting because it was my first electronic communicating with the world, and it was just literally coming out, so it was pretty exciting. I was excited, whatever. And around that time MySpace was cracking, like, not joking around with you guys, everybody was in MySpace at all times. So obviously, you know, trying to catch up with the trend, whatever, I made a MySpace. As the time went, in the middle of 6th grade, I started talking to this guy, and we'll name him, let's see, what should we name him? Poncho. There you go, let's name him Poncho. So I met this guy named Poncho. Obviously that's not his real name, you know, but him and I started talking. Everything was pretty cool. We were just friends, nothing else. As my 6th grade year goes along, I guess we started having feelings for each other, and I knew he was older than me. I knew he was in high school. He was 5 years older than me. So I was, I believe, what was it, like 12 or 13? Yeah, 12 or 13. I was like 11 or 12 because he was like 15. No, he was 16 or 17, something like that. And so we started talking, everything was cool. We started having feelings for each other, and then him and I started dating. Eventually, at the end, I believe, of 6th grade, like the last couple of months before the school year was over, so we started dating. And obviously, as you guys know, like, he was 5 years older than me, and my parents are the type of parents who are really, really freaking strict. Like, I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend, and at that time I wasn't allowed to go out, and for me to use the iPod I had like specific times. And so obviously I had to be pretty sneaky about it, like having a MySpace and stuff like that. I had to be pretty sneaky about it because I wasn't trying to get in trouble. Like, yo, homegirl, I was not trying to get her iPod away because, hello, no. So eventually him and I started dating, like I said, and you know, like I really did like him. Like I loved him, you know. Like I know people who will watch this video, there's people who will say, hey, you know, like, you were 11 years old, girl, calm your titties down. You don't know what you're talking about. But, you know, obviously back then, like, the old me, I thought I loved him. And, you know, I thought it was like love, like what I felt towards him, because he was my first boyfriend. And he was really nice, really sweet towards me, was always respectful through text, because we had actually never met in person. It was just through MySpace. We talked on MySpace, and that was it. Which I know I'm gonna get a lot of, you know, like, oh, why would you be talking to somebody who you don't know, blah blah blah. But hey, everybody has done that at least once. Sorry, I was an immature, stupid little girl, okay? But never forget that. So we kept on talking, whatever. And we got to the point where we planned to meet. And I remember, I hope my parents do not watch this video, I swear to God. Or my sister shows this video to my parents, because she watches my videos. My brother watches my videos, I believe so. So I hope none of you guys show this to my parents, because I will beat your ass. No, but just, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not gonna beat them up. Well, maybe, you know. No, but actually, we made plans of hanging out during the summer. So I started, you know, hanging out with friends that I met through MySpace, whatever. They were pretty chill. Those girls, like, you know, we don't talk anymore, but it was like through that stage of, hey, like, what's up, you know. So I started hanging out with some of my friends. And I remember the very first time we met at this park by my house, and I had to lie to my parents, because I knew my parents I wasn't allowed to date. I wasn't allowed, like, it really took a lot for me to convince my parents to let me go out with my friends to the park or to their house, you know. It really took a lot for me to gain that trust from my parents. So obviously I wasn't gonna screw it up and be like, hey, mom and dad, like, you know, like, can I start dating? Because I was like 11 years old, you know, like, I didn't know what the hell going out meant, or having a boyfriend meant, or being in love meant at all. So obviously I wasn't going to risk it and, you know, like, start losing my parents' trust for me, to them let me go out and, you know, live a teenager life. I was just starting middle school, so I decided not to tell them anything. And the very first time we met, everything, him and I, Poncho and I had fun. We hanged out at the park. He was never ever inappropriate towards me, which that was something that really, like, I don't know, it just amazed me. And that's what made me, like, have stronger feelings for him, because a guy that age is always looking for something else. It's always like, oh, you know, like the horny stage and stuff like that. So obviously at that age, I wasn't ready to do anything overall, and that never crossed my mind. And for a 16, 17-year-old dating a 11, 12-year-old, it was like, hey, you know, like, he respected me as a human being. He gave me respect as just his girlfriend. And, you know, like, at that time, obviously, like, even till this day, it's like, wow, like, you know, like, it's hard to find those guys, you know. So that made me fall in love with him even more. And we just kept it going for a couple of weeks. And then I remember my grandma came from Mexico to visit us, and so she came, and I remember it was a lot stricter when my grandma's here. It's like the house becomes a jail. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. My grandma's like super strict. She's very religious. She is a Catholic, so she believes in all that crap where, you know, like, you can date. And it's because it was exactly our 1 month anniversary. we wanted to hang out, you know, just to like spend time, whatever. And I couldn't leave the house because my parents were really strict, especially with my grandma here. So it was really hard. So I had to lie and say I was gonna walk the dog. And oh my god, my grandma, like, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't remember. Just like, I guess my grandma saw me with him. Like, we were just talking. Like, we were not even holding hands. We were not even like grabbing, like, we were no, like, there was space between us. And what you call it, so I don't know, I guess my grandma saw something that she didn't like, and when I got home, she told my mom. And yeah, she told my mom was pissed off. Like, when I tell you guys, it's rare the time my mom gets pissed off. But she was freaking pissed off. Like, I'm not joking, guys. Like, she was freaking pissed off to the point where she was about to kick my ass. Like, I'm gonna beat you up type thing. Because I don't know, guys. It was just like really, really bad. She was yelling at me. She was screaming at me. It got to the point where, like, she was like, give me your freaking iPod. I'm telling your dad when he gets home from work. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, I wasn't doing anything wrong, you know. Like, I even lied. I said, oh, he was just asking for directions. And, like, you know, and then he saw my dog. And then he was just, like, wondering if he could touch the dog or whatever. She was like, don't lie to me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm not lying to you. But I don't know, I guess, you know how moms are, they can catch you when you're lying. So she caught me. I remember that night my dad came home, she told him, and oh my freaking god, I was being murdered right there. Not only that, let me tell you guys what my parents did. They decided to call, like, I'm sorry, I skipped a part. When my grandma caught me or called my name to go back to her because she saw something that she didn't like, Poncho got mad because we dated for exactly 1 month. And we only saw each other like twice in that 1 month. Like, I'm not joking. I'm telling you guys, my parents were strict. So, yeah. But, anywho, like, the point is that, I don't know. It was just like, he got mad. He stormed off. That's when my grandma called me. And my mom got blah, blah, blah. Like, she was, like, calling me to come back to the house because my grandma had told her and all this crap. So then, to top it off, like, I swear to God, Destiny and God were not on my freaking side. His mom called my house. His mom, I swear to God, in the middle of my parents yelling at me, his mom called my house. Like, I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, oh my god, like, why would you do that? Like, why couldn't you wait? His mom called my house, and my mom answered, and then they're like, oh, like, his mom was like, hey, can I speak with me, you know, like, Jessica? And my mom was like, yeah, just give me 1 second. And so I was like, hello, like, how can I help you? And then my freaking mom and my dad were like, put the phone on speaker. Put the phone on speaker. You lost all your privileges, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't have no more privacy. We have to know everything. So put the damn phone on speaker. So I had to put the damn phone on speaker. And guess what? It was his freaking mom. She said, hey, I'm Poncho's mom. Like, I know he went out to see you today. And he hasn't come back home, and it's like late already, and he isn't answering my phone calls, so I was just wondering if he was with you. Oh my god, I just wanted to die. Like, I was like, please take me. Like, it's not even a joke anymore. It was like, what the hell? Like, why would you call me? when my parents are yelling at me, like, couldn't you wait like maybe 1 hour after, like, couldn't you wait overall? But you know, it was like, oh my god, like when my mom and my dad heard that, they were like, oh, that's his mom, blah blah blah, I'm gonna talk to her because he's like 17. I think he was 17 at that time. He's 17 with a 12-year-old. He's like almost an adult. What is he doing with you? Blah 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 blah. Like, it's not right. We're gonna call the cops on him. So I'm gonna talk to his mom and like tell her to talk to him to keep you away from you. And I started crying. I was like, are you serious? Like, oh my god, like, you know, like, can you guys not, like, I don't know, it was just like really dramatic. And then the mom hung up, right? After that phone conversation, she hanged up. And then my dad was like, then that's when my dad said, oh, that was his mom, blah, 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 blah. Like, that was who you were with. Like, that son of a beep. And, like, he was cussing me out. He was cussing Poncho out, like, even though he wasn't there. And he was like, oh my god. Like, then he made me call back. Because you know how back then, the house, like, there wasn't really, like, that, like, touchscreen cell phones. It was just like either like that, like flip phone, or the one, I don't know how to explain it, but we had house phone, and that house phone, you can literally check the history there and then, like the name and number of the person who called you. And so they made me dial back. They literally made me freaking dial back. And then they were like, oh, señora, like, you're like Poncho's mom, blah 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 blah, like, I just wanted to let you know that your son has been dating my daughter and she's like 12 years old. Like, that cannot happen. He's an adult. He can go to jail for that. I don't know, like, I don't want him near her. And like, I don't know, it was just like, you know, like that threatening, like, I don't know if you've seen it on TV where it's like, oh, you motherfucker better stay away from my daughter, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what happened. So then I was crying, not only because I was getting yelled at and I knew I was grounded for the rest of my life, but because such an embarrassment, dude. Like, I don't know. So after that, it was just like, I don't know, like, after that, he messaged me on MySpace. Like, I had to hide. Like, my parents took my iPod away, but I know where they were hiding it. So at night when they would go to sleep, I would grab it and like log in. And so I had a message on MySpace, and it was from him, and it just said that, you know, like, I know that your parents talked to my mom, and basically told them what was happening, and my mom is really pissed off at me because you are 5 years younger than me, and, you know, like, it doesn't look great. So I am going to, you know, like, listen to what my mom is telling me, because I'm not trying to get in trouble because of you. I do love you, but, you know, like, he wasn't trying to go to jail. And so after that, like, we stopped talking. And then that's when Facebook started, like, popping and stuff. And so I made a Facebook behind my parents' back, because let me tell you guys, earning my parents' trust was the hardest thing ever. I swear to God, it took me at least like a year to be able to go out, and I wasn't even like going out by myself. It was like, hey, I'm dropping you off, I'm picking you up at this time, so be ready out by the door, because I'm gonna be here at a specific time, and if you're not there, you are not going out again. So your homegirl wasn't trying to be grounded or prevented from going out. So I said, okay, deuces, whatever, following your rules. I messed up, my fault. And so eventually Facebook started popping off, and I remember I made a Facebook, my very first Facebook, which I have deactivated because maybe like 5-6 years ago. But So Facebook started going on. I was like 14 years old. No, I was like, that was when I was 11, then 12. Hold on. No, that was 12. So at 13, I had a Facebook. And so, I don't know how he found me. Like, Poncho found me on Facebook. And he messaged me. He was like, hey, how you been? Blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, like, sweet talking me. You know, like, he was like, I miss you. I love you. Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, obviously I still like the dude, you know, like, so we started talking, and then pretty messed up things happened. Like, he would come back to my life, sweet talk me, and then we would hang out, and then it would be like, hey, you know, like, we can't see each other no more. And I'd be like, dude, are you serious? Like, it's like he was playing around with my feelings. So until maybe, and then he did that for like maybe 3 times, and then I catch up on like what he was doing, because it really did hurt me, and it was like pretty messed up, you know. Like, I didn't want to keep getting hurt because some dude that's 5 years older, like, for all I know, he could have had another girlfriend. So I was like, nah, thank you, you know, like, bye. Like, you were my first boyfriend, which it means a lot to me. But, you know, I'm not gonna let you keep hurting me because of my sake, you know. It was just like not fair to me. And I didn't know, I really didn't know much about him after we lost contact until maybe a couple of, like, 4 years ago or so, when I started dating my boyfriend. He contacted me again, like, telling me that, oh, I love you, I miss you, blah 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 blah. And I was like, dude, leave me alone, you know. Like, you really played with my head. I was like, in my feelings, like, you messed me up really bad. I was like, and I'm not gonna put myself through that anymore. And then he got mad, and he was like, oh, like, are you freaking serious, blah, blah, like, I love you. And I was like, dude, no, you don't. And then until recently, this is why I was like literally making this video, because recently my ex-boyfriend Poncho hit me up on Snapchat. So I was like, dude, how did you find me? Like, I swear to God, I don't know how he found me. I know he does not watch my videos, because if he would have told me on Snapchat. Basically what happened was that now that I'm 18, no, hold up, no, I skipped a part. When I turned 18, which was March of last year, yeah, last year, it was in 2016, I turned 18. So maybe like 2 weeks after my birthday, he messaged me saying that, oh, like, happy late birthday, blah, like, happy 18th birthday, something like that. And I didn't reply, because obviously it's like, dude, like, thank you, but like, no, like, you know, just stop. And so he like messaged me again saying, oh, you know, like, now that you're 18, like, we can go out, blah 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 blah, like, you know, I still love you and miss you, and the same BS as always. And I was like, no. I was like, no. I didn't reply, but then again, he like kept messaging me, and so it got pretty annoying. So then that's when I replied, and I was like, dude, I was like, I'm just letting you know, like, I am receiving your messages, I read them. I was like, a couple of them, I was like, but I don't want nothing to do with you. I just simply don't like you. I was like, you hold a very special place in my life and in my heart. I was like, but that doesn't mean we have to get back. Yes, I am 18 now, but that doesn't mean we're gonna date, because like I told you before, I'm in a serious relationship, and like, I like this dude, I really do, like, I love him, and you know, we have things planned for us, whatever. So then I was like, so, you know, this is like, bye, adios. So then after that, like, I blocked him on my Facebook, and then until maybe like a couple of weeks ago, no, actually it's like a couple of days ago, my ex-boyfriend, like Poncho, hit me up on Snapchat since I blocked him on Facebook, you know. Oops, sorry. But yeah, Poncho hit me up on Snapchat, and I know, like I said before, I know he doesn't watch my videos, because if he would literally would have told me that's how I found you. But I don't know how the hell. I asked him, I was like, because I saw the name, like his name was his Snapchat, like, you know how it comes like its name. So I was like, who is this? Like, I knew the name, but I wasn't sure if that was him. And then they were like, oh, it's me, you know, like Poncho, blah 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 blah, like, remember me, we dated back in the day, like maybe a couple like years ago, and I just like found you on Snapchat, and I know that you have me blocked on Facebook, so I just wanted to let you know that, you know, like, please forgive me. I'm really sorry for what I did. I just haven't been able to be happy and find somebody else. And I was like, no, I was like, not the same speech. Like, I was like, dude, I don't even care. I literally didn't. I read the first couple of lines and I was like, okay, yeah, I know where this is going. I was like, I don't even want to finish reading it. I give up. Like, I literally give up. I was like, I messaged him a long ass freaking paragraph. Like, I swear to God, that's where, like, I did like a 10-page essay on Snapchat for him to understand that I have moved on. You know, like, I love my boyfriend. We have been together for almost 4 years. And yeah, like, you don't fit in the picture. I love you, but not like, oh my God, like, be my boo type love. It's just like, you know, like, you were special to me. You hold a special place in my life, but that is like sayonara, like, bye, like, adios, like, type thing. And so then after that, like, I guess he like kept telling me that he wanted to see me or something like that. And at first I thought, like, just by deleting him he would be able to, like, just like, he wouldn't be able to see my stories. And then, like, the other day I posted my boyfriend on Snapchat, and he messaged me. He was like, oh, like, I can take his, not I can take his place, but something like, I could be in his shoes. I wish I could be in his shoes. That's what he said. I wish I could be in his shoes, you know, like, I miss you. You are the love of my life. I wish we could try things, like, all this crap. And I was like, I got to a point where I was really annoyed, and that day I remember I wasn't having a good day at all. So I was like, you know what? I was like, Poncho, just listen. I was like, dude, calm your titties down. There's no future you and me. I was like, not even as friends. I was like, because one, I doubt my boyfriend would be okay with that. And two, because honestly now it's like karma's getting you. Like, because when I was younger, I was like, and you would come to my live, sweet talk to me. I would fall back into, like, your freaking brujeria type thing, and you would leave me the next day, and, like, you would just literally disappear from my life. You would stop talking to me. I was like, and that really did hurt me. I was like, and despite the fact that you apologized for it, and I really didn't even care about your apology, because, you know, it was like, it's something I left in the past. I was like, it doesn't matter if you apologize or not. I was like, now you are in the same place I was years ago. So I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I really don't want to hurt your feelings, but at the same time, I'm annoyed and, like, so, I don't know, it was just, like, irritated that you keep messaging me, so just please leave me alone. I was like, there's nothing gonna be between us. I don't love you anymore. I've moved on from you. I was like, I'm not the 12 or 13 year old that I was when I first met you. I was like, so have a good life. I don't want you, and, you know, like, just try to be happy and find somebody else. And I left it at that. I sent it and he saw it. He messaged me back, but I was just like, whatever. Like, I just decided to block him. Like, overall, not even like from watching my story. It's just like I blocked him off of like Snapchat overall. And after that, I haven't heard anything from him. But that's what reminded me of making this video. I was like, ooh, story time. I know what I'm gonna tell. Like, you know, it reminded me of like, H is just a number. Oh my god, I don't know, but I was just thinking about that. And I felt like, why not? Hey, maybe there's other people relatable to this, like, you know, like, whatever type thing. But honestly, that is like a crazy part of my life where I was stupid and immature. So, you know, but H is just a number. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to be notified as, you know, whenever I upload a video, please click on the bell down below next to the subscribe button and pay attention to, you'll be receiving notifications every single time I upload. And yeah, guys, so thank you so much for your support and love. I love you guys so much. And welcome, and to those who are new watching this video and you're subscribed, welcome to the family, because that's what we are here. So yeah, well, thank you guys so much. Have a good afternoon, morning, day, night, whatever. Love you guys. Peace out.